we ought to at least be very prudent. We ought to protect this planet. We ought to look after it. But everything is governed by nonlinearity. When we apply linear models to things or linear assumptions, it's because we're getting away with it over a very small area. We're not seeing the whole field. One of my biggest objections to the management and the political systems we have in the world today is everybody looks at the world through a soda straw and just looks at one problem and tries to fix it. So if you take Africa, for example, let me give you an example of a really bad nonlinear system. If you go to Africa and save all the people who have AIDS, they will most likely die through a lack of water and good food. So if you're going to tackle the AIDS problem, you have to tackle at the same time the problem of clean water, waste disposal and food supply. Otherwise, you go from one tragedy to another. So that's a good example of sort of making an effort but making a bad mistake. This is the big problem. We're linear thinkers, and we have to get a little deeper. We have to think of things in a different way. So I'm going to roll out a few examples of thinking a little deeper about things. In my book, if we do not have the machines to help us, we're incapable of solving these problems. If we switched off all the machinery, and I mean all the technology, then the vast majority of humanity would die. This piece of land that we're on right now has got in excess of 60 million people. Without technology, it will only support something like 1 or 2 million. That's it. Finish. If you switch off the technology, within a month there would be no food. And it's as bad as that. So we have to make sure that we're building sustainable systems, because our entire future depends on getting it right and sustainable. It's also going to grow. It's only going to get worse. So we've got to make sure that we engineer things in a very reliable way. So no human leader, past, present, future, has the wisdom or ability to govern a chaotic planet. They are all absolutely and utterly clueless. The really bad situation is they are mostly uneducated as well, which is not fun. But it's also true of all the scientists. So we're not going to be able to solve some of the big problems on the planet unless we bring together a lot of really powerful resources that not only includes smart human beings, but also smart machines.